Second time I got crabs.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Rev Sports. Wrap it up. I'm Josh, alongside the lovely soul, my boy Tvshka, who's taking a drink of the liquid nectar of gold that is Michelob Ultra. If you want to sponsor us, we are open for negotiations.
They will not sponsor us.
They probably won't. But you never know.
Yeah.
If someone can win a tournament after 17 years later, you, sir. And by you, sir, I mean all three of us can be sponsored by Michelob Ultra.
You get a sponsorship. You get a sponsorship.
Don't ask us about our viewers. Just believe in us.
Just believe. Oh, my God. I mean, speaking of viewing, good Lord. What a sports week.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably could have had 3 shows this week.
Yeah, we really could.
Wow.
We're going to try and keep it contained for a minimum, but we're going to do that by rounding the bases first, because I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say that. They're not going to do it to me. Nope. There's too many games left. But they're above 500.
Ooh. Who's they? Who's they? Are you talking about the Royals?
Nope.
No.
We were at 500.
Is it the Red Sox? No.
We're exactly there. We're
They're
exactly there.
at 500. But the Cincinnati Reds are above 500. But we're starting to get we're finally getting our reliever back. Matt McClain, I don't think was ever going to be healthy. Green is one of the best. I love him as our number one ace. And Ellie's Ellie. But I'm not going to say it. They're not going to do it to me. But I like at least showing some life for what they're doing. But we haven't heard anything about torpedo bats since that whole controversy, so that's good there.
A short-lived controversy.
Yep. Mets fans are already saying that Juan Soto sucks. I'm like, sure, whatever you want to tell yourself. You know who would love Juan Soto? Every damn team.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll take him. I'll take him to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think any team would take Juan Soto. So, I understand you'd be frustrated because he's not performing the way you want him to. He's Juan effing Soto. So
yeah, and they're also the first in their division.
Yeah. So just chill the fuck out. I'm sorry, Mets fans. I know you haven't been here in a while. Neither has Cincinnati, like ever, since the 80s. Well, we had that nice little run with Dusty Baker. But you've got a squad. You got a guy that wants to spend money to make your squad good. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's the end of my I'm jealous of you, but yet you're still pissed off with your team.
I mean, but they're New Yorkers. They have to be pissed off. That's just part of their essence, their being.
Yeah.
But it's like having the chip on your shoulder. Yeah, except it's a whole city to each other. Yeah.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You strike out, you run a mile. Right? That whole thing. But yeah, that's pretty much what we've got for baseball. Like I said, very young in the season. We just got to come on here, talk about our 3 teams. Mainly, they just want to see me get pissed off at the Reds. I'm not doing it.
Hey, your team's the only one above 500 of the 3 of us.
Not too far up for first place, but we can never get the Brewers. We can never fucking get the Brewers.
Yeah. Well,
but the Brewers have the best logo in baseball. I love the way they have the M and the B with the mitt. It's just really cool. I will have to say that. I can't deny that. What were you saying, Tvshka?
I was going to say, I mean, we do have a little bit of something in baseball.
It's true.
The Phillies pulling off a miraculous catch, unbeknownst to pretty much everybody, even including the person that caught it.
Fly ball center field, well hit. Marsh going back out toward the wall, and he can't see it. Oh, he made the catch. He couldn't see it the entire time. He stuck his glove out, and it landed there. That is unbelievable. He went to the right neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I freaking hate his hair. He does it every year, and in between innings, he says he wets his hair more in between innings, so that way it looks grosser. I hate it, and I hate him for it.
Well, he hears you, and he's actually wetting his hair right now as we speak.
Yeah.
He's actually probably putting some marmalade or some blubber in there just to gunk it up. You know what? We're doing it. You don't
wanna do
like
some,
it?
like,
You don't like
crazy music
Oh
as you
my
let your hair
gosh.
down.
Yeah, but your
Sorry, my
hair
hair's
is so
actually
much
better.
better than his.
Oh yeah, hold on, guys. No, I don't. No, but
it's so clean. My bad.
so fresh and so clean.
Hey.
So
Yeah, incredible
that's really
catch, though.
cool. Like you could just
Yeah.
tell, like he couldn't see the ball, and he saw the split second to react. Like you see, he's like, "Oh shit," and then he just moved his glove.
I love how he's like keeled over like a.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the whole time in his head, he's like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my god! I don't know how I did that. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Just recomposing himself and then looking up at his teammate and going, I couldn't fucking see it, dude.
Yeah.
But it's in your hand. It's in your glove. Yeah, I couldn't see it, dude. Fucking sun.
So the sun didn't affect him like it affected the Cowboys.
I was going to go to solo for him. I can't now. This just in. Josh quit.
You
Hi, Josh.
you direct the show now. You got it.
No.
We're 6 minutes in, and we have to bring up the Cowboys. Wasn't even on the docket.
We're talking
We
about
were
the
trying to
sun,
keep the show
giving people
close.
size.
It wasn't to piss Josh off about the Cowboys.
I mean, it kind of always is. A little
Yeah,
bit.
I was like, that's the unwritten rule of this show.
It's kind of the MO, actually.
Dire wolves have existed, went extinct, brought back 10,000 years later, all before Dak Prescott made an NFC Championship game. Do you know how hard that hurts?
Okay. All right, bud. Well, look, there are some good things. Well, there's some good things that left Dallas. And for that, we're actually going to have to go to the NBA. Because they actually did. I mean, we talked about it last week, but we actually got some of the video footage of Luka's video that the Mavs did as far as like a celebration for him. And apparently there was a bet. Is that right? That's what we kind of heard? Josh, was there a bet on this one?
There was a bet that he would not cry.
Let's see.
You lost, man. You effing lost.
Well, bury the lead, but we'll find out.
Please turn your attention to the video board for a special tribute video.
With the fifth pick in the 2000, select Luka Doncic from Ljubljana, Slovenia. And
You can also unmute yourself if you
Hi,
want
it's
to.
Luka Doncic. I'm really excited to be a part of the Dallas Mavericks team, and I hope you will enjoy my games and you will enjoy how I play. And I hope to see you soon.
God, look at that baby face, dude.
Yeah, no, super baby.
Luka Doncic.
I mean, it's respectful, but it's also kind of like mental warfare to show him this right before having to play him.
How did he get that through all those defenders and hands and all?
Kind of go through it. But I mean, it was the organization that traded him. You know, it was the president, CEO, whatever.
Hey, my baby.
Operations. It wasn't the fans that chose these.
I love that one. With a little Kareem.
What would you like with your coffee? A little Kareem.
How you feeling?
I mean, to me, like, I feel like this is more for the people.
Amazing.
That's what he's getting welled up about. So that's the first part. Because it's such a long video in file size. But here's the continuation.
Leading the break, ball nipping at his.
Yeah. I think he just starts crying because he loved that pass so much.
He's just obsessed with him. He's so narcissistic. Guys.
Right? Yeah. not about the people and the experience of the fans. He's just like, oh, it's so
I am
fucking
so
good.
good. I am so good.
English bad, but my playing so good. Ah, poor guy though. But that's Despacito.
Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hvala za vaše
And
ruka.
guard, in his 7th season from Slovenia, number 77,
Yeah, you're muted still, so.
I love that he's confident enough in himself to cry in public.
Yeah,
Thank you, Luca.
cry in front of like 20 photographers right in front of his face. Yeah. And I'm kind of watching this, with LeBron. With the
They
finish
didn't
out.
need to show LeBron.
Right, but with LeBron, I mean, whenever it kind of flashed to him, I mean, I feel like he's one of the people that could kind of know a little bit what he's going through. I mean, LeBron didn't just get the carpet pulled out from underneath him, so to say, proverbially, but I mean, he's had some emotional changes in teams. I mean, especially like leaving Cleveland, then going back. So I know, with you all in Miami, you guys got a soft spot there for LeBron as well. But yeah, I mean, I think it was good for him to kind of be there with Luka for that. Kind of wondered what he said when he brought him in. Probably like, hey man, just go ahead, cry it up, but then man up. We got to win the game because Oklahoma City Thunder are kicking our ass in the standings.
Yeah, no, he did. He dropped 40 that game.
45.
45. Sorry, it was 40 when I saw it last, and it didn't go back and watch the stat sheet. But yeah, 45. My fault, Luca. So
Yeah,
just
those
so you
5 points were important.
know, we also former majority owner Mark Cuban. He not happy with what is going on with his Mavericks.
You get it.
Yeah,
Share your screen.
Oh, I gotta do it. Oh, I had a YouTube on there. My bad.
Yeah.
Man, my lead-in was great too, man.
It was good. It was good.
So
It was
good. You were so good.
Hey, you know what? The good thing is we're not live, so we
Yeah.
can just
Do that over
fix it in
again.
post.
I've already done that with Ruckus Wrestling before. So
But as he's pulling it up, I'm going to read off Marcus Thompson, the second from The Athletic. I feel like he put it perfectly about the game. Like, Doncic needed a true goodbye. He needed to face what he was losing, to feel what was snatched from him. Fortunately for us all, Doncic was secure enough to share his humanity. Mavs fans love Doncic, and Doncic loves Dallas. Family is greater than flaws. What the Mavericks franchise lost sight of was how a title led by Doncic is a significantly more meaningful title. Nico Harrison is the antagonist in a story with a morale we'd all be wise to remember. Winning a title isn't the only valuable thing in sports. It may not even be the most valuable. Adding that little part there at the end as well.
MVP.
yeah.
Shaking his head.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
Yeah.
No,
There.
not at
So-
all. Not at
But
all.
kind of crazy thing, guys. We'll get to it later. If I had a nickel for every time a guy named Nico made a bad sports decision this year, I have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's kind of surprising it happened twice. Shout out to Phoenix and Ferb. It's coming back. I don't care how old I am. That show still slaps.
Good job, man. Way to shoehorn that in. I love it.
I like it. But the prop bet that we were talking about earlier, it was on whether he would cry or not. Let's watch him watch this beautiful man and wish for something to happen. Is this the weirdest prop bet? Let's watch.
Okay, I'm clicking at the stage.
Go. Let's go. Come on, Luca. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. Oh my God. 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 No way. No way. No way. No way. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's fucking go. We fucking did it. Oh my God, he's crying. Let's do it. Let's go.
100K on Luka to cry.
Yep. So there you go. I got it. I finally did. I finally clicked the right thing for once in my life. But yeah, and then also, so we had a playing games last night. The Warriors won, and the Magic won. So they have moved on to finally be actually in the tournament. And then I believe, unless something crazy has happened, the Heat won the game tonight. And I don't, nope, not that one. There you go. So there we have it. So yeah, we've got that going on. And we don't know for sure because the Bulls lost, as far as I know, to the Heat. So, but we have a tournament. And I hope Cleveland wins without LeBron because that would be hilarious.
That would be, and that is what my friend is hoping for. And she said that my friend, she's from Cleveland, Ohio, she said it would even be sweeter if the Lakers somehow find a way to make it to the final as well, and then Cleveland beat the Lakers. She said that's the only way to make it even sweeter for her because she does not forgive LeBron for leaving, especially because the time he came back, he said, "I am never going to leave again." And she goes, "That N-word lied. He lied to us all." And I will never forgive him. And you know what? I love a woman with principles. So I want Cleveland to win for her.
Or Oklahoma City is, they can also win too. You're muted. You hit your microphone.
We really don't give a shit who's going to come out of the East. It doesn't matter.
As long as Oklahoma City.
Let's just be honest. It's going to be the West this year. Too stacked.
Tvshka wants to hear some Imagine Dragons. Okay.
Why is that?
I'm not singing the song.
What is it? Why would I want to hear that?
I'm not. Don't. Done.
I feel like I'd rather hear some AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're gonna play Imagine Dragons too. But it should be the Thunder. Shout out Thunderstruck. It's a good drinking game for all you kids out there.
Yeah, they probably do like both of those. They probably play "Ain't No Love in Oklahoma" now.
Yeah.
Thanks to Luke Combs for that song. So great. Yeah.
I do actually have it on a playlist. So.
Yeah. But
the only good thing about that movie,
they got some bangers in that stadium. They do it right there at the convention center.
Yeah.
So what matchup are you guys most excited for?
Mm-hmm.
Whoever the Denver Nuggets play because they fired their coach.
I was looking at that too. They're in the second seed.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if the Knicks, because if the Knicks don't at least get to the conference final or flirt with getting to the finals, it's going to be hilarious watching all those Knicks fans just go through it again. Even though I do like Jalen Brunson and Miles. I like the Villanova Knicks basically because they've got three former Villanova players on their team that are actually like the core of that team. So.
I think I would have to agree with you on that one because it is funny of firing their coach like right before the playoffs. But as a Miami Heat fan, I am, and also right now you would say more the Celtics are probably more of a rival to us of recent history. But if you take history in it, the Knicks is more of our rival. And even though it's a second seed versus what would become a seventh seed, I'd still want Heat to see what we do there because they're our rivals.
Mm-hmm. The Pacers always seem like, oh, dude, it's going to be our year, and it's never your year. It's never your year, Indiana. But I think it's literally between the Lakers could get hot, obviously with LeBron and Luka, Oklahoma City, Boston, Cleveland. Those are kind of the teams that stick out to me that could really do it outside of Denver does, because then that would just be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So those are kind of my teams that I'm looking at as far as winning it all.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the schedule, so I mean, for the play-in tournament that's going right now, you had the Hawks yesterday actually fall to the Magic, 95 to 120. Then also yesterday as well, the Grizzlies fell to the Warriors. Thank you, Dom Toretto. But then, today the Heat did top the Bulls. Red on red crime there, and right now the Mavericks are playing the Kings. So even though I don't know how that works, because even in those standings it had the Mavs in that 5 seed, but they're still
it's weird. It's weird how they do like the play-in games, and then like some play-in games aren't like a one and go home.
Mm-hmm.
Some play-in games are
play the other team, but then you play
the other team, and so you're not out, but you're out. It's confusing. LeBron didn't like it until he had to play a play-in game, then he liked it.
So they got in.
And then
Mavericks are trailing the Kings right now, 27 to 29. Tomorrow, though, or sorry, not tomorrow, but Friday, we have kind of, I guess, how they have to reseed it. You get the Hawks going to be playing at 6 p.m., and then the Grizzlies hosting another one to be determined at 8:30 p.m. on Friday.
And I think we got some news about the Suns as well.
Yeah, they owe their coaches a lot of money that don't coach for their teams anymore. They recently fired Monty Williams. They fired him, but they're still paying him. And then they brought on Buttonholzer. I can never pronounce his name correct. Then they fired him, and they brought on Frank Vogel. They fired him, so they owed Monty Williams at $20 million, Frank Vogel at $25 million, and Buttonholzer at $40 million. And they've resulted in a lot of paychecks and nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, hey, that's just a good business practice right there. I mean, $85 million for somebody who's not there.
Yeah,
that's great.
Let me tell you about a guy named I forget Bobby Bonilla. We're getting ready to come to Bobby Bonilla Day. We will go over that in July.
About the Cowboys again.
No, pretty much Jerry pays his guys and then keeps them. No one ever retains their contracts.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with the quote from Moneyball, it was like, "What are you paying me for?" No, the Yankees are paying you to play for me. That's how much they don't want you. So, yep. How was it? Is that that's only my first Moneyball of the night. Get ready. Probably gonna say it again.
Good job. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Not even in the baseball section too.
No.
That restraint.
And then
so good.
The other thing about the Suns, they're the only team not in the playoffs, the play-in, or the draft lottery.
Yeah. I mean, talk about the opposite of a home run.
Yeah. And guess what? You know who the Suns organization is thanking? Nico. Because they're like, look how bad we've run our organization, and they're like, but we did trade like the revolutionary player in the peak of his career to the Lakers.
Not many people are talking about us because of you. Thank you, Nico.
Yeah, thank you, Nico. I mean, Nico, the name Nico in the sports world right now is very hot right now, very popular.
And like Nico before this was a name that I really liked. I was like, oh, if I ever have a son, maybe Nico. And now I can't.
Well, as long as you no kid in the Dallas-Fort Worth area will be named Nico for the next 4 or 5 years.
Oh, no. I mean, not out of love.
No.
Maybe out of spite. Maybe they're like, oh my God, I really don't like this kid. Maybe Nico, come here.
Wonder if Benedict Arnold's like leaning and just finally like, yes, I like this guy now. Yeah.
Benedict Arnold's off the Judas. You're off the hook.
Off the hook, Nico. Please don't sue us. This is all jokes, man.
What was the Roman one? Brutus. Who was the best?
Yeah, Brutus.
Yeah, Brutus. You're off the hook too, bro.
At 2 Brutus.
We got Nico.
You know how many Brutuses do you know?
Yeah, Nico has entered the chat, and everybody else has left.
The weird looking dude from 300. You're off. You're good.
Yeah, wasn't that like Key and Peele? It looks like him. I think they did a little skit with him.
They did a skit about it. Whatever. Yeah. But anyway, we're not going to get to 300. You know what we are going to talk about? Speaking about drafts, the WNBA draft did happen.
It did.
A couple nights ago. And so tell us about the non-surprising and surprising and all the fun storylines that happened.
To no one's surprise, Paige Bueckers, she went number 1, and she's going to be playing with Dallas. And I love a bunch of the memes of people going, "Welcome back, Luka." Yeah. But she now becomes the 6th UConn player to go number 1 in the draft, the most from any school. The others are Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, Maya Moore, Tina Charles, and Brianna Stewart. And then she had some words for the city of Dallas that we'll play you right here.
All right, you saw the watch party. What do you say to Dallas? You're coming there. They seem excited.
Yeah, before I was asked about Tex-Mex versus barbecue, I was unfamiliar with the term Tex-Mex, so that's my pick. But Dallas, I'm so excited. Just a new city, a new start, a fresh start, and so I'm excited. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Thank you, Paige.
Thank you.
So for you guys, Tex-Mex or barbecue?
She doesn't even know what Tex-Mex is, and she picks it.
Barbecue, as long as you're having it right.
Yeah. Barbecue over Tex-Mex, but Mexican over barbecue.
I'm still a
I feel that.
Barbecue guy. I don't know. That brisket, if it's done right with some mac and cheese,
some good mac and cheese. The mac and cheese has to be made well.
Coleslaw.
Carne asada.
Still got me.
Made by someone's grandmother.
Yeah.
You slice right off that.
Oh, so good. Some other notable things from the draft. Schools represented in the first round were UConn, as we well know, Notre Dame, USC, Kentucky, LSU, NC State, Alabama, and TCU. And 3 overseas players made the first round from France, Lithuania, and Slovenia. So they basically were professionals, but in Europe. The Washington Mystics had the most first-round picks with 3 and picked up Sonia Citron, Kiki Irfan, and Georgia Moore. Any of these 3 players can be in the starting lineup because the Mystics, they're in a little bit of a rebuild. So this is a good team to go to if you are a rookie because you're probably going to get some playing time.
Yeah.
And Josh, you're going to have to fight one of these rookies, Georgia Moore, for the title of Trinity Rodman's biggest fan. Let's watch.
All right. That was one of the all right, fine. I got it, man. We're good.
We're going to have to get Doge on this one.
Yeah. I clicked it. God damn it.
Hey Georgia, it's Trinity here. Just wanted to give you a huge congrats on being drafted. Welcome to the WNBA. Happy you're with the Mystics. Hopefully we can get you out to a Washington Spirit game. We can hang out, do whatever. But I'm very honored and happy that you're a fan of mine. And I'm just, very excited to see what you do now on your new journey. And yeah, happy for you. Congrats.
That's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. How did you, Trinity, DM me. I'll give you my number. We'll work on plans. I will come out to a game. Actually, I'll be more than one games. I'll be there. I'll be your biggest fan. I am your biggest fan. I'm so excited that it aligned and I'm with the Mystics. But yeah, actually, now that my fangirl is over, I really appreciate it. And it's very cool. And yeah, just a huge thank you.
Dude, look, did you hear that speech was so good. I mean,
I thought you had something serious.
I thought you were going to have to say something about her outfit, which was styled by Russell Westbrook.
No, her outfit's fire.
Russell Westbrook?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
think I've seen him wear it, actually. Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
He was actually at the draft, too. That was the main thing that they were talking about. Oh, and she is styled by... So, I guess he's getting into fashion.
Yeah, I mean, he's always kind of like the obscurity of fashion. Mm-hmm. Did she say Numba? Numbo?
She's Australian.
Yeah,
Australia.
Numba. I like it.
She's like a boomerang. I can't say boomerang Australian accent. Do it. I can't. I tried. I just tried. I stopped myself.
And then the other interesting fact about her, she's 5'6". She was the shortest person drafted.
It's a perfect height. I don't know what you're talking about.
It was Holly Rowe who you saw there asking the question to Paige Bueckers. She was like, "This is the first time that I don't have someone like I'm staring way up at someone because she is also a shorty." And the last bit of news for the WNBA draft that I have for you guys: Hailey Van Lith, former teammates with Angel Reese at LSU, is now joining her back in Chicago. And Angel tweeted out, "We ain't do it right the first time. Let's run it back." She did. She started at Louisville, then went to LSU, ended her collegiate career at TCU. And she went 11th. And there's a few current WNBA players that have tweeted out, "Don't sleep on the 11th pick." So even though she went 11, some people are looking at this as a possible steal. And I also personally think this is a steal for Chicago that she went that late. Josh, she used to play for your team, for the Louisville Cardinals. Thoughts on Hailey Van Lith and just any other thing for the draft?
She was the best dressed by far. And then I forgot that the draft happened after I saw her on the orange carpet. But you did good, girl. You did good. Good. No, I because it didn't kind of work with her and Angel at LSU. So let's see if the WNBA game translates to them finally gelling, because they only were with each other for one season. And Hailey, they both like the ball in their hand.
And Hailey was playing out of position too.
Yes.
At LSU.
Yes. So, and I think, like I said, I think that was more of the game plan more than it just that. Yes, Hailey. We were expecting Hailey to go to TCU to begin with. Like, she wanted to go kind of back home because we saw her at Louisville. We saw her at TCU. She is up there with Sabrina as far as can take over a game in that point guard position. So I don't see how this doesn't work, but she does well more with, she's more of a scoring guard than she is a passing point guard. But the thing is she can do that because Angel Reese is going to get the rebound.
Yeah.
So,
and what Chicago needs is some people that are going to be three-point shooters, because currently right now on their roster, they got rid of Marina Mabry last year in a trade that they don't have the three-point shooters. So that's something that Hailey can bring to Chicago. And their new head coach is known for player development. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Chicago does.
And it was nice to see Jalen Suggs there supporting Hailey, because yes, it's a unkept secret that those two are dating. So they've been dating for a while.
There was one that was funnier too. I forget which draftee, but she is dating someone who's in the NFL, and Holly made the joke that she went higher in the draft than he did.
Notre Dame. She was her boyfriend is in the draft, but I think she was played at Notre Dame. But yes, I saw that clip as well. That was pretty funny.
Awesome. Well, the nation gets to watch them on opening weekend, actually. So Hailey Van Lith and Angel Reese will be taking on Caitlin Clark. And that'll be an interesting match. Get ready for the Indiana Fever just to wipe the floor with them again. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, Indiana better win because they did well in the offseason. So
they did very well in the offseason.
Yeah.
And they did well in the regular season too.
They did.
It's going to be interesting to see the matchups this year, because a lot of teams did a lot of work. Atlanta Dream got a lot of pieces. Indiana got a lot of pieces. And then you have Vegas, they get rid of Plum, but then they get Drew Lloyd. So that's going to be interesting there. The only ones that really didn't do much was New York, Liberty. They kind of decided to go with the main people that they have, although they did just pick up Natasha Cloud. So it's going to be very interesting to see this upcoming season with all of the moves that they made, and that almost everyone will be a free agent after next year. Yeah. So that's going to be even crazier.
I still think it's the Lynx is to lose right now. I really do.
I said it my last year, my very early prediction. I said that it was going to be the Lynx for this year. So we'll
and
see.
are we? How many expansion teams do we have now?
We one expansion team with the Valkyrie, and then next year we're getting 2 with Toronto and Portland.
Okay. All right. So we finally get another legend retired. The one that we typically don't talk about a whole lot on this show, but we should talk a lot more because I think she is still one of the greatest to ever play the game. Tell us a little bit about Candace Parker and the honors that she's going to be given.
She's a CP3, but on the women's side, LA Sparks, they're going to be retiring her number 3 jersey. So number 3 is going LA Sparks. Candace Parker was in LA from 2008 to 2020. Winning her first championship there in 2016, which she also won Finals MVP that year. She's also won in 2021 with Chicago and 2023 with Las Vegas. But we're going to focus more on her accolades with LA because there is way too many accolades for her. She was 2008 Rookie of the Year, 2-time WNBA MVP in 2008 and 2013. She's the only rookie in the WNBA to win MVP her rookie year, and I think it's like Wilt Chamberlain and one other person in the NBA who's done that. So she's like one of 3 if you combine WNBA and NBA. 7-time WNBA All-Star and All-Star MVP in 2013, 7-time All WNBA First Team, 2020 Defensive Player of the Year. She was assist leader in 2015, rebound leader in 08, 09, and 2020, blocks leader in 09 and 2012. And she's the second player to ever dunk in the WNBA. First was her teammate and vet, Lisa Leslie, who was on the court when Candace dunked. And the only player to have dunked twice in one season, which was in 2008, her rookie year. The dunks were in back-to-back games. We have this first dunk, though, to watch, so let's watch.
Takes it out for a 3-pointer left side. That's no good. Rebound tipped out. Parker on the run. We're going to get a dunk here. Yes! She did it! She did it with 29.5 seconds left. Lisa Leslie did it first. Candace Parker did it second.
And some fun thing to note, it's on the same exact basket that Lisa Leslie dunked on as well. So, but your guys' thoughts on this CP3, Candace Parker, getting her number 3 in the rafters for LA?
Legend. Yeah. I mean, this just kind of solidifies it. I mean, with her number getting retired. But yeah, I mean, I remember growing up. It was Lisa and it was her. I mean, those were the WNBA right there, and so they paved the way for Taurasi and everybody else who's just continuing to widen that path, and we're starting to see that path even get wider as of recent, and it's all because of Candace Parker and others.
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't retired number 4 already. Like you would think, for as good as she is. I mean, and didn't she like come back and win one for Chicago, like her hometown?
She went to Chicago and won in her hometown there, which that's my next question. Does Chicago retire her number? And
yeah,
she was only there for a short bit, but would Vegas retire her number?
I don't know. I mean, Shaq's been retired at multiple places.
Right.
So, and so I don't see why. And Candace had an impact with Chicago, so she's from there, all that. So yeah, they're going to retire her number. Or if you're the coach's son and do okay enough, you can also get your jersey retired because that's what happened to Shadur Sanders. But that's beside the point. I'm not going. This just reminded me of that, and it still pisses me off. So Candace deserves this well over and then some. She's the person that has grown she's grown the game. I don't know.
And she's in that era of the Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. Sue Bird was 2002, Taurasi 04, Candace Parker 08, so not that far off from them. No. And that was back too when Tennessee and UConn were going head to head, and she's won 2 national championships with Tennessee. So yeah, like I said, her accolades a mile long.
Yeah. She's Candace freaking Parker. I mean, there's just if you don't know, now you know. So
yeah.
on that. So yeah, but congratulations, Candace. Obviously, well deserved. I'm more disappointed in LA for not retiring your number until now. But if you want to catch Candace Parker, she is on Inside the NBA with Shaq and all them a bunch of times too. She's part of that rotation until ESPN takes it over and ruins a really good thing. But it's whatever. But let's move on. History was made over the weekend. I've never sat down and watched a straight 4 hours worth of golf than I did. I never have been. It's hard to explain to somebody being like, I was on the edge of my seat. This was one of the greatest sporting events that I've ever watched. And they're like, what was it? I was like, golf. And people are like, what? What are you talking about? Just because this is 17 years in the making. 11 years since since Roy Mac. Hold on, let me see if I can do it again. Like last time, Roy McIlroy. There we go. He won the Masters. Some crazy things happened, but the thing is, he was supposed to be. There was always people like, who's the next Tiger? Who's the next Tiger? Who's the next Tiger? He was really pegged as the next Tiger, like at a very, very young age. There was. Just like Tiger Woods went on the Ed Sullivan show, I believe it was. It was very young. That's a viral video of him going on there with his dad, hitting golf shots. 9-year-old Roy over in Ireland did the same thing. He was on a talk show. And they were like, "This is our Tiger," right? They just kept saying that. And then when he came onto the scene, he won all four. He won 4 of the 5 majors, which is the PGA. No, sorry, 3 of the 4 majors. The PGA, the British Open, which is now the Open, and then the U.S. Open, but he could never win the Masters. But he did that at 2013. He did all that. So we were like, oh, yeah, it's a matter of time. No, wasn't until 2025. And he was known as like, he can't get over the hump. He can't win the Masters, which is the big one. And he finally did it. And he tried so hard to screw it up because here comes a Rory choke with what it was. But he finally did it. And the thing is there's just what we talked about, there's something romantic about baseball. There's something romantic about golf when it all lines up. And if you don't feel the emotion and the weight off of this man's shoulders of all of the scrutiny, let's watch this video of him hitting the putt to win the Masters, and you can see that relief.
The long journey is over. McIlroy has his masterpiece.
Yeah, it was nice.
For you, Roy. Cheers, mate.
Yeah. So first we get some other videos, but you can just feel oh my God, finally. Because the thing was, he was back and forth the whole tournament, and he came in with a 2-stroke lead over Bryson DeChambeau, which is I would thought, okay, if I thought DeChambeau was going to win it this year because he's been playing solid golf. He beat him when Roy choked it away in the U.S. Open last year. Bryson was the one that beat him. I mean, and there's that disheveled Roy just like in the clubhouse, just like, fuck, I did it again of last year. And then starting off by like the hole 3, Bryson goes ahead of him, and then Roy comes back. And Roy kind of takes a 4-stroke lead over the field. And then he doubles 13. And Justin Rose is playing incredible golf and hits a great putt on 18 to go to 11 under. And so he's sitting there on the driving range, and Roy birdied 17, which was tough to do as it was. He hit an immaculate shot that people have watched. We don't have the clip, but immaculate shot on 15. It's one of those shot that they're going to replay over and over again. He gets to 18, hits a perfect tee shot. Then he goes to the right bunker on 18. He's like, all you had to do was just hit the green, 2-putt, you're good. Goes into the bunker, hits a fine bunker shot, but it's just a little bit more meat on the bone. And he misses the putt. And I turned it off. I was like, I felt so bad. I was like, he's not going to do it. I started laughing in just disappointment. Just I just feel so bad for this guy because it's just hysterical. Just he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. But I was on pins and needles just refreshing my phone. Like I was just like, oh my God. And then finally like, all right, they're going to the playoff hole, and I turned it on. And Justin Rose hits a great shot, but Roy hits one. As you can see that putt there, Justin misses his shot and Roy hits that. And we can see him here of him just greeting people and him just he's a puddle and well-deserved.
Yeah. Well, and greeting his family.
Yes.
After going through the green jacket line. Yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah, and then check out this camera work too. I guess really more the camera quality. He's just walking back. Still non-stop applause. Look at all those drunk white people. It's a beautiful sight.
Crazy.
They're still applauding because they can finally make noise.
Yeah.
All right. But this is we're witnessing history. So I'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah, you can just see like the waves of emotion.
Yeah.
In the first video, it's like hyperventilating, and then a surge of energy.
Soak it in, buddy.
Yeah, this walk right here, though, just great 4K camera.
I didn't know we had a cinematographer at the Masters.
Yeah. No, they know what they're doing at the Masters. PBS knows what they're doing.
Effect, baby.
And then, like, the sun is setting perfectly and just hitting it at the right moment.
That's really why they delayed it for the playoffs, just so they could get better lighting.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Because, like, if you look at it, someone, like, pointed out, if you look, like, when he puts his putter down to finally hit it and the gleam off of the, like, the sun just glaring, bouncing off of his putter, they're like, there's something spiritual about what's about to happen. I'm like, okay, golf's great, but okay. A little bit crazy there, but
You gotta find a meme somewhere, right?
But yeah, but he is a Grand Slam champion, which means you've won all the majors. 6 times it's only happened. We have a graphic here to see just how it doesn't happen a lot. A lot of black and white pictures. Then there's Tiger. Then there's Rory, right? So all the great golfers that have come and played and are still playing, only 6 have ever won all of them, and it's. I mean, and it took 11 years from Roy from his last major win to now, or at least to complete the first three legs. Now, I think he's won multiple other ones. He has won, as far as where Roy stacks out, he's probably this generation's greatest golfer. I would think most accomplished, at least from the Grand Slam standpoint. He's won 29 PGA Tour events. For those who are wondering, Sam Snead and Tiger are tied for 82. So he's got a little bit of work to do. I don't think he's going to catch that. Just not so much. He's tied for like 18th, I think, of all-time tour wins on that. As far as some crazy stats from this weekend, this is, like I said, it was the 17th Masters attempt. It is the second most starts for a player, first Masters win, behind only Sergio Garcia's 19th. In 2017, and you know who came in second in 2017? Justin Rose. So that's kind of crazy how Justin Rose has finished runner-up to the 2 guys who are the longest starts until they finally won the Masters.
Was he from Buffalo?
Justin Rose, I think he's English.
Cool. Thanks, Josh.
Sorry, I missed.
I got the joke. I just want everyone to know that I got it. I laughed.
I'm mad at myself for not getting it. Honestly. Yep.
I'm actually mad at you too because it's in a sport that you love.
Oh yeah, no,
I know.
Dallas have two reasons why we make fun of the Buffalo Bills for that. Right? They went to force. Yeah.
And then we have this other picture here of is it going? I pressed next. There we go.
We've got both of them because we mentioned the photo previously.
Yeah. But this is Ken Griffey Jr. In his retirement. He's become a photographer, and just what a great picture.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just crazy. If you're like, this shot's great, isn't it? Look who shot it. We're like, damn, he's Hall of Fame and everything, isn't he?
Yeah.
Which is great.
No, the bokeh effect.
Yeah.
Yep. And we got a final video. I don't know if this is his father that he's embracing.
No, his parents were not there.
Okay. Well, this guy dropped an F-bomb as if he was from overseas, and it's great.
We're about a big dog. Unbelievable. Yes. Oh, you did it, man. You did it. Good. We're happy.
Fucking hell.
Mike Danny's like, I'm going to go get my drinking jacket.
There we go.
I got to go get a green jacket.
Yeah, and before that, it was nearly 6 minutes of uninterrupted applause.
Yeah.
And then we do have one last video. And Josh isn't the only redneck who loves to watch golf. We do have a comedian that I very much enjoy, and he puts in his title, Redneck Reacting to Rory Winning. So let's watch.
Yeah.
Josh.
I clicked it.
You got
Click the
to
daggone thing.
remove and then add.
There we go.
Gotcha.
Turn on the volume.
Come on, Rory. Dude, I want this so bad. I want this
Let's
so
just
bad.
jam it. It's got to hit
You
the
gotta
back of the
jam it.
cup.
It's got to
You
hit the
cannot
back
leak
of the
this
cup.
in.
Nope, you can't.
Do
You
not
can't.
play
You can't.
break.
He
Play
did
break.
it. He did it, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry to go Vern Lundquist, but yes, sir. I said it 2 goddamn weeks ago, and everybody said I was a lunatic. I said this is the year that Rory McIlroy finally comes over his demons and takes this course by the balls. And by God, to do it the way he did in a playoff when every single one of us goes, actually, I think Rosie has the advantage here. And by the way, that was true. And by the way, coming out, firing 6 under in the first 9, and then double bogey in the last, and then having to shoot your way back in on the second day, then up the first 9 on moving day, moving yourself back into position on Saturday, coming out, shooting 1 over par, getting into a playoff with a gritty from Britain, and completing the career Grand Slam on the 90th anniversary of the last time it was done at Augusta National, joining the ranks of Jack Nicklaus, woo, Tiger Woods, woo, Bobby Jones, woo, this son of a bitch has finally done it. The kid that had curly hair and a dumpy body disposition that came out, won all them majors. And everybody said, oh, he just got too hot too soon. You're goddamn right, baby. You've been the most consistent in 15 years. You deserve this shit. You grinded it out. You go the hottest bitch in the world. I don't give a if she's your wife. They're divorced, aren't they, Mike?
He's married again.
Okay.
His little girl.
Come on.
You know, I pride myself and myself as far as what I can say and be entertaining. I got to step my game up. That's what I got from that video. But
I like the woo.
Yeah, I was thinking Ric Flair. I didn't know Jack
yeah.
Nicklaus was Ric Flair. Yeah, Justin Rose has led the most holes without winning the Masters, which is crazy. But also Rory set a weird record for 4 double bogeys as champion. It's the first as a champion to make 4 double bogeys in the tournament, 2 in the first round and 2 in the final round. No Masters winner has made this many since Craig Stadler in 1982, who had 3. And that's the tail of the tape of Roy and his career as far as at the Masters. Of he's aggressive, so he gets in his own way half the time. And so when he bogeyed and started off so bad, like the first 3 or 4 holes, people were like, damn, I was waiting for 18 for him to choke. I didn't know he was going to choke this early. And he still choked at 18. And guess what? He still got the green jacket. That's why we love golf. These type of things, the camera shots. This is why we love the Masters, because they're always traditional about it. I don't care. Don't look at the history of the Masters and the Country Club and all that stuff. Don't worry about that. Just know that the way they do their production, they don't do commercials. And they only have a handful of sponsors, so that's why you don't see American Express corner. You see a men's corner, type of thing. Obviously, we talked about last week of you can buy a pimento and cheese sandwich from their clubhouse for like $1.50, and they make so much money off the merchandise. Pretty much is that. But the fact that they stay traditional, so they're the aura of Augusta and the Masters, and of all the majors, it's the only major that plays the same course every year, and it's the one major that Roy McIlroy could not conquer, and they said they couldn't do it, and he did. And so I don't know where to go from here as far as golf is concerned, but I damn sure am excited about it.
Yeah, tradition, Masters, Georgia, not the best 3 words together.
Yeah.
From a historical standpoint.
Yes. That's what I said. We're not going to talk about the history.
Exactly.
I'm not going to sit there and say that Tiger Woods became the first African-American just because he won the damn tournament in 1998. Just saying, I'm not saying that, but I am. And then Vijay Singh became the second when he won it in 2000. But
that's awesome. Congrats.
Congrats, Roy.
Good job.
Well deserved. All right, now Lamar. Now everything's going to be turned to you of, can you win the big one? And I'm going to lose sleep over that.
Well, I think we got some other news and novelty acts, right, Josh?
We do, and I alluded to it earlier. If your name is Nico, you're making bad decisions as far as sports business. And I don't think it's him personally. I think it's the team around him, rather as Nico for the Mavericks is terrible. But I am going to try and pronounce his last name. But he was a quarterback for the Tennessee Volunteers. Nico Iamaleava, or they like to call him Nico Amalivia, pretty much after this. But it came out about towards the end of last week. There was rumors that he went back to Tennessee and said that On 3 by Pete Nikos, I pronounced the last name. He basically put out a report saying that he is going back to the university, saying I'm trying to renegotiate my NIL deal with Tennessee, which you really don't hear publicly. It does kind of happen, but he was trying to renegotiate. And it turns out that earning $2.4 million like a year. So he's on pace to make $8 million. And it went through there and said, and so they were saying like, no, he wants 4. Well, he was pretty mediocre for someone that's asking for $4 million. He got trounced he was okay during the season. They did beat Alabama, but as far as his numbers and everything, it didn't warrant $4 million. Mm-hmm. And then he didn't show up for spring practice. He didn't show up for anything. He didn't do anything. So the Tennessee Volunteers coaching staff came out and said, well, bye. So I think basically said, all right, we're going to move on from you.
Did they say just like that? Bye.
Well, yeah, I had the tombstone line in my head. And so, but yeah, he sought $4 million, negotiations collapsed. He skipped spring practice meetings that led to that. Turns out that his dad was his agent, because in college, you don't have to go through a bunch of other, be a lawyer or anything. You can just be like, are you his agent? Yeah, I'm his agent. And like, okay, it's very Wild West. And I think it's more of an institutional thing. But as far as boneheaded, dumb decisions, unfortunately, this kid is going to have this as a kid that has NFL aspirations. Like he's good. Like he's going to be an NFL. He was going to be a high NFL draft pick. Now he's got all this baggage, and it has nothing to do with the kid. Honestly, I think it has everything to do with the people that surround him. He now commits, supposedly, nothing is set in stone from what I've seen so far before we went live, but he is going to UCLA for a whopping $1.4 million. So
A milli less.
Who's the dummy now?
Yeah. And to me, like looking at this, because I don't know much about this kid, but you say he has NFL aspirations and could reach the NFL. I could see if you don't think you're going to make it to the NFL, to be like, I'm going to try to get as much money as I can while I'm in college. But if you know there's a possibility of getting to the NFL, you just take what you have.
I put it this way, so as far as I thought he was, I had him going into the season as my Heisman frontrunner, just with the offense and how good he is in the pot, and he was kind of, and like I said, he was underwhelming compared to what I was expecting of him. But he's a solid dual threat, has a solid arm, all of that. Like he's everything you want. I just don't think he's not very good at reading defenses sometimes. Like he just makes bad decisions. That being said, he still beat Alabama last year. Mm-hmm. Like he still won big time games, but then he also against Arkansas, it was like 12 or seconds left, and he just runs the ball out of bounds and just loses the game. And I'm like, what are we doing? And then they get trounced by Ohio State, but who didn't? And then rumors are coming out that he was renegotiating before they were talking about him sitting out for the playoff game. And I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, it just sometimes I understand. I understand and I don't understand, but you hear so many times of the parent thinking their kid can walk on water, and I understand. As most of the time, that is correct. You back your kid. Your kid is the greatest thing ever. But sometimes you have to read the room.
That actually walked on water.
Yeah, there is one. Yeah, it's good. I liked it. Yeah.
But I think at the same time, though, you have to be like, that's just bad advice from the. If it's his dad doing it, that's just. You want to back your kid and you want your kid to be in the best position possible. But like, as a father, you should know that like, this could possibly not work out in your favor. I hope that it does and that they renegotiate. But what if they don't renegotiate? Is that going to put my kid in a worse position? Like, that's a risk that you have to take. That's a risk that you're taking, and they decided to take that risk and it did not work out for them. But to me, I don't know. There should be better risk assessment about what you are and where, and that was not very good risk assessment.
No.
Yep. I have a feeling he's probably going to get a real agent here soon.
Yeah. Now Lamar and Jaden Daniels, Lamar's mom represents them, but Nico, you're not Lamar. You're not Jaden.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, also, your dad is not Lamar's mom.
No.
Maybe he needs to get Lamar's mom.
Or Jaden's mom.
Or Jaden.
Because I saw when I watched the LSU thing on Amazon, Jaden's mom was just like, if it's going to affect my son and he's not going to have time for practice or for school, we're not taking that NIL deal. So she's like, I'm willing to take less now because we're going to make it big in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, like, again, smart.
Right. And then Lamar's mom knew he was going to make it as a quarterback because when he went to, that's the reason he went to Louisville more than Florida, Georgia, and all those other big time schools. And the first practice, they had him return. She got word that he was catching punts. She called the coach and was like, "I will remove him if you do that again."
Yeah.
And he was like, "All right, fine." So he was quarterback.
He's such a good talent. Can we want to put him everywhere?
So on that, but I just feel bad for him because he is now the staple for what's wrong with NIL. And his name, even though it's not him, because he is such a high profile player right now in college football, his name will always be this is what's wrong with NIL. And this is why we need to have regulations. This is why we need to do this, blah, 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 blah. And his name is never going to, and it's going to take a lot for him to get over this headline.
And it can mess up his draft prospects too. Like a team might be like, "Oh, I want to draft him," but if he's going to be an issue, then do we really want this in our team? Do we really want this in our locker room? So that's also bad for him.
And so the last thing I'll say before I let Tvshka take over, when he apparently the family came out today and said the reason we left. The reason, he entered the transfer portal wasn't Tennessee, the whole like, "Oh, I broke up with you, you didn't break, or I quit, you didn't fire me, blah, blah, blah." they were like, no. The reason we wanted to leave was because that the offense wasn't good enough. I'm like, all right, let me tell you, Joe Milton is not a good quarterback, and he's an NFL quarterback. Played for Tennessee. Hendon Hooker is an NFL quarterback. No one knew who he was until he went to Tennessee and balled out, and it's because of that offense.
Mm-hmm.
So, in development. Josh Heupel, right? Oklahoma quarterback. The last national championship he ever won was he's as a starter. So it has nothing relation to it. I just want to give. I just want to make sure Tvshka knows that I know on that stat. But
nice game.
Yeah. But yeah, and Josh Heupel was like, all right, screw that. I'm not doing that. Now, this isn't the first time, but this is the most high-profile player at this juncture to do this. Mm-hmm. And it stinks because they're coming out saying it wasn't the offense, and I'm just like, stop talking. You're whatever you say.
Take your licks and go home.
And plus, that writer that came out and said this whole thing before he got kicked off the team and renegotiating the deal, the dad was like, "You're wrong," and called him a bitch. And all the On3 people that the On3 is the organization or the publisher or whatever that he writes for. And when he came out with that, everyone was like, "No, he's been on top of everything. This is what he's reporting is correct." And guess what? He was right, and that dude just got a raise too. So you know who got a raise the whole thing? The writer that was calling out your bullshit. So it's just a crazy sports story.
How did he get to UCLA?
They actually wanted to take him.
No, what's the formal process?
He enrolls and they accept. There's a joke here that I'm missing.
What does he have to go through? God damn it, guys!
It was right there in front of me.
We did the whole thing, and none of you said transfer portal. I was waiting the whole segment. As soon as somebody said transfer portal, it was
dude, you knew when I missed the Buffalo Bills joke, I was off my game.
You saw my smirk there. I'm like, I'm gonna let Josh take it.
No,
you didn't say transfer portal too either.
I didn't. But did you see the?
It's the transfer portal.
We did it. But yeah, no, I mean, to wrap this part up, he's got a lot to prove. I mean, he basically just kind of set him back financially, professionally, and he's got a lot of work to put in at UCLA. To actually show up to the practices, to the mini camps, and really prove it to his new team that is hearing all this noise and seeing it and is maybe not too excited. To the fan base, specifically the boosters that do help out with quite a bit of the funding for those organizations, and then whatever NIL deals he does have that he's able to even maintain. He's got a lot of work to do for that. So, but hey, the kid can do it. He's still young. It's a hard lesson. My lessons, the hardest lessons I've had have just, a few $100 or maybe $1,000. This is $1 million lesson. So.
Amelie.
Yep. So you're right. It just, if he didn't, that's the thing that hurts is the fact that you have NFL aspirations. Mm-hmm. Why are you trying to add this narrative to
But with your money now.
Yeah. So the get-rich-quick scheme, sometimes you just want to invest in a mutual fund and let it see what happens.
Yeah, because investments are great right now.
Now they're coming back.
They're so good. They're so good. Yeah, coming back from the deficit.
Yeah. Hey, you lose $10 million, get $7 million back, and it's trickling back up. Anyway, this isn't financial talk.
Yeah,
it's the sports
trickle.
I just say trickle word because I know Soul's going to have that reaction. So,
it's been proven to work all the time, every single time.
Yeah. Well, to go from that, this is a trigger warning that we will say. About this story, we're really not going to highlight really our thoughts on it. We'll just say at the end, just if love your peoples. If it feels like something's not right with them, please reach out. But Soul, we wouldn't be right if we didn't tell this story on the show. Trigger warning again for anyone there. So this story sucks.
Yeah. It says Josh takes lead.
Oh, I thought I was going to do it. All right. Well, anyway, former LSU. I'm just all over it today, dude. Former LSU wide receiver Kyron Lacey died in an apparent suicide. Was found dead Saturday night in Houston. According to Harris County authorities, police responded to a call from a female family member who said Lacey had discharged a firearm into the ground during a verbal argument late Saturday night. When they arrived on the scene, they learned that the suspect Lacey had fled in a vehicle. Authorities say their pursuit of Lacey ended when he crashed. They say that when officers approached the vehicle to extract Lacey, he had died from what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Lacey, only 24, was pronounced dead at the scene by emergency responders. Quote, "We are saddened to learn of the tragic passing of former LSU football student athlete Kyron Lacey," LSU said in a statement. "Our thoughts and prayers are with his family and loved ones, as well as his former teammates and coaches impacted by his passing." In a social media post Sunday, Lacey's father, Kenny Lacey, urged parents to check on their children's mental health from an early age. "Our lives have changed forever, and this will never be okay. But God needed my baby more than he was needed here," Kenny Lacey wrote on Facebook. "This has to be the biggest pill our families have had to swallow, but I know the love and compassion in our families will get us through." Lacey declared for the draft on December 19th and did not play in LSU's win over Baylor in the Texas Bowl. He participated in March at LSU's Pro Day and was ranked as high as the number 6 receiver prospect in the draft by ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr. in December. Lacey was not ranked among the top 10 available wide receivers in Kiper's most recent big board, which was published last month. Lacey played 3 seasons at LSU after starting his career at Louisiana. Lacey has been had his best season last year when he caught 58 passes for 866 yards and a team-leading 9 touchdowns. And not to go off of this, but former Louisville player PJ Blue also, unfortunately, same fate kind of happened to him last week. Different story, but same fate with that, which brings up CT and stuff like that. But that's not the point that we're trying to get across here. Kind of harken what Lacey's dad said. If you see something that doesn't seem right, reach out and all that. It just sucks because he had a lot to go for in the future, and it just sucks.
Yeah, and if you yourself are going through something, definitely reach out. You can call or text 988. That is the hotline. They have people to talk with you and to talk you through stuff. Because what may seem like a solution for, it's a permanent solution for sometimes a short time problem. So,
yeah.
Thank you for that. For giving out that number, Tvshka.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. So, yeah, I did not know I was going to read that, but all right. I think I did okay with that. That's not about me.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to read it.
Well, when I got to the dad's part, I was like, okay, I can do this. I can get through this on that. But I know it's hard to always transition from those type of stories. Again, like I said, we still want to at least touch on those things because it needs to be brought to light. But let's get on to kicking and screaming. In the Sukar world.
Sukar? That sounded like you said, it sounds too close to azúcar, which means sugar in Spanish.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, some of these girls can be pretty sweet.
Hey.
Boom.
Cake is sweet.
We do this one. We typically do American scoring goals, but this week we have to call it American scoring goals ... and doing cool shit, because we have one that did not score a goal because she's a goalie. Mm-hmm. She's doing a double save. Fallon Joyce makes a double save in Man United's 2-0 win against Man City, their rival in the FA Women's Cup in England Let's watch.
Dude, on it.
Beautiful.
Fucking
Spiote.
fucking fire.
Hands, foot, she's got it.
Oh man, let's go.
Put her on the men's national team.
For real, please. We need a goalie.
We need a goalie so bad.
Yeah, can you transition, please?
And then next up we have Alyssa Thompson. She scores the third goal in Angel City's 3-1 win against the Houston Dash.
A pass. It was really, really good pressure from Katie Zellum. I love that from Katie Zellum. And then the weight of pass. And as soon as there's some players that go in on goal that you just know it's going to be a goal. Doesn't actually catch this really well. And I think Jane Campbell will be quite disappointed she doesn't keep this out of the net because it wasn't the most composed finish from Alyssa Thompson, but who cares? It's in the back of the net and she deserves that. But like I said, there's some players that go in on goal that you know it's going to be a goal. And I think Alyssa Thompson is at that level now where you just see her, you know it's going to be a goal. I'm sure her team.
I like Alyssa Thompson's game, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and she's so young, and we're gonna have her for a while.
I was gonna say, it looks like a baby out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's I think 20 right now. She's not legally allowed to drink yet.
Right.
And then
cheers. To you, girl.
Yeah.
And the last one we have here, Ashley Hatch. She scores the second goal in Washington Spirit's 2-0 win against Racing Louisville. Sorry, Josh.
Still danger, though. Ratcliffe keeping it alive. Morgan with the cross, the header, and into the back of the net. And it's Ashley Hatch with a delicate touch to make it count.
Ashley Hatch, and she does what she's been doing all year long. She redirects this ball, puts it on frame, gives it a chance.
Wow.
And I think
such a
this
good
is a
header.
great build-up.
What happened?
Trinity
How did
Rodman
that happen?
doing what she does. She'll cut in. She'll drive at the back line. She takes a great shot, makes one, make a save. And Brittany Ratcliffe's decision here.
Does that count as an assist? Is that what you call assist,
Esme Morgan
Josh?
at the top of the box is incredible. Esme puts a perfect ball in, finds the head of Ashley Hatch, and she does what she's been doing all year long. She redirects this ball, puts it on
wills
frame,
this team to
gives it a chance. And I think, is that her fourth goal in 3 games?
Yeah. She wills this team.
Okay. It's weird. Like I hear you talking. All I hear is like the sound of a chain backpedaling.
No. I'm not backpedaling.
He said no.
I'm going to need you to clip that sound out, Tvshka, of him just going, no.
No. It's going to be on the hot button now. No. No. No.
You know what? I'm glad I could entertain you all.
Yeah, Trinity Rodman's assist is like Angel Reese's rebounds. They're off of missed opportunities. Boo.
That was a really good pass, guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
But Soul, sorry, we're screaming. He's kicking. What's going on?
Shake my head at that because take away her misses, she still leads the league in rebounds. But anyways, Gold Cup draw. And we have the picture there for it. But the CONCACAF Gold Cup is our confederation's major tournament, like the Euros are for UEFA or Copa America is for CONMEBOL. This tournament is going to take place June 14th to July 6th in the U.S. and Canada, with Mexico kicking off the first match at SoFi Stadium against Costa Rica. 16 teams were placed into 4 different pots based on the CONCACAF rankings, along with guest nation Saudi Arabia. They probably are giving us some money, and those teams were placed into groups from this draw. The rules of the tournament of those who don't know, everyone plays each other in their groups, and then the top 2 teams of each group move forward to the single elimination knockout stage to crown a winner at NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas on July 6th. So we got our groups here. Group A, Mexico, Costa Rica, Suriname, and Dominican Republic. Group B, Canada, Honduras, El Salvador, and Curacao. Group C, Panama, Jamaica, Guatemala, Guadeloupe. And Group D, the U.S., Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, and Saudi Arabia. So I think we have the hardest top 4 team, Saudi Arabia. So the bottom 4 there, Dominican Republic, Curacao, Guadeloupe, Saudi Arabia. I think Saudi Arabia is the best team out of those 4, but I do think we have the easiest group. And the hardest group is probably Group B or Group C. So we do cross with Group C, and Panama has been our white whale. So there's a possibility that we do play Panama in the knockout rounds. But guys, thoughts on the group? Which one do you think is the hardest? Which do you think is the easiest? How do you like our matchups playing Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, and Saudi?
I was gonna say, I mean, never count out Trinidad and Tobago. You know, that is historic. It's also in film. Don't mess with them. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you know, not the buff as far as football, but. There's no Brazil, so we're good. We're good. No Brazil. Let's go.
There's no Brazil, but there's also no heart on our team. That's the problem.
Yeah.
See, no disagreement. Just a lot of, yeah, you're right. Groans.
Because it's the men's.
So, I'm gonna, with your guys' just extensive knowledge in the game of soccer, top 2 of each group, who's coming out?
Surname.
Well, I'm gonna say
Caraco, Guadalupe, because it's Rose de Guadalupe. Shout out to that show. And Trinidad and Tobago. Lock it in. $100,000. Put it down.
Boom.
I'm gonna say Mexico's been down recently, right?
They just won the Nations League.
All right, so they're due for a fallback.
They were down. They're back on the upswing.
I was about to say they have been down. Like, I'm not wrong about that.
Yeah, they have been down, but they kind of gotten into an upswing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's probably Mexico or either Mexico. But
you got 2. You got 2 for each group.
I know. I'm between Dominican, Costa Rica. There.
Mexico, Costa Rica, Group A. I agree.
I'm gonna say Canada, El Salvador, even though Honduras is really good. I'm just gonna say El Salvador. I think maybe El Salvador can put it together, and Honduras is gonna slip up. But Canada's too good. So I'm gonna say Canada, El Salvador, Panama, Jamaica. They're bobsledding country. I'll go with
they're more than that. Okay, they are not a monolith.
Okay, they're good at running track, but it's just more. It's funnier if we keep it with the bobsled stuff. And then I've got to stick with the rock, flag, and eagle. Okay, even though they've been pissed me off, but I'm gonna say U.S. and then Saudi.
It's funny enough. I agree with you on all of those. I was going U.S., Saudi, Panama, Jamaica, Canada, El Salvador, Mexico, Costa Rica. Those are my picks locked in.
Dude, just wait till surname fucking wins it, y'all. Y'all gonna be eating crow.
I was gonna say Trinidad and Tobago, but Saudi has been playing pretty good.
Hey, Trinidad kept us out of the World Cup before, so
yeah. And they're fun to say. Trinidad and Tobago.
I mean, it's my favorite. Like, it's my favorite buddy cop movie is Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. It does sound like a really cool like pop duo.
Yeah. Yeah, like acoustic folk, you know, Simon Garfunkel with Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. Loggins and Messina.
Yeah, it's a double feature. It's it's Turner and Hooch in Trinidad and Tobago.
Starsky and Hutch, Trinidad and Tobago, right there with them.
Roger Bennett, every time we play them, goes, "We have to play 2 countries at once."
Yeah. Yes. It's 2-on-1. This is bullshit.
Yeah, but just U.S. Just for the love of God, get out of the group stage.
If we do not get out of the group stage, then we are in serious trouble. First off, we should get out of any of these teams, in any of the groups. But specifically, we do have the easiest group. Like,
yeah,
we should mollywop Haiti. Sorry, we should do very well against Trinidad. And like Saudi Arabia, yes, they did beat Argentina, who were the eventual winners in the 2022 World Cup. But Saudi Arabia, not the best team. So we are way better than them. We should beat them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm looking at an article from OneFootball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not far off. You guys picked 2 out of each. I only picked 1. They are saying Suriname has a really good chance, and they're calling it to be one of the finishers, and as well as Guadalupe, and then they, of course, mentioning the Trinidad Tobago. So it was a joke pick, but usually my joke picks end up winning brackets, man. Look at the records.
Suriname doesn't sound like a country. It sounds like a really good derby horse.
Well, a surname is actually like what your prefix. It's like a prefix.
I know,
thing, right?
but still, like there's definitely a derby. There was definitely a horse out there called Surname.
One of the reasons why Group B and Group
There's also
C.
a horse with no name.
Yeah, Group B, Group C. I put it as you can go back and forth on which one is the harder group. Curacao, Dutch territory. Sometimes a lot of people that cannot make it on the Netherlands team that have connections to Curacao go and play for Curacao. Guadeloupe, French territory, same thing. So you get some of those players. Jamaica is so good on paper. They just fuck it up all the time. They have some really good players. So I might even put it like Group C kind of is the hardest. They don't have Alphonso Davies is hurt right now, which he's the only player that's a world-class player in any of the teams here, and he plays for Canada, but he's currently injured. So yeah, I'd probably say Group C hardest.
Is Canada the favorite?
No, Mexico is.
Okay.
And typically the way you see it, the Mexico, Canada, Panama, and the U.S. are the top 4 teams in our confederation, and that's why we are at the top there of each group. But typically, the U.S. is either in Group A or Group B because they're 1 and 2 with Mexico. But because we've been sucking it up lately, and we lost to both Panama and Canada at the Nations League, we're at the top of Group D.
Well, blame Canada.
What's the tariffs looking like for these countries? Because that might be my deciding factor. Or anything uninhabited? And is it penguins that are playing?
No penguins.
Okay. Is there any drones involved with Canada's prep?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Just on the women's side.
Yeah. Just cheating coaches, huh?
Just cheating coaches.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't winning.
Mm?
Yep. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
There you go. That's the saying. Thank you, sir.
You're good.
So this isn't the only tournament that we've
Not
got.
the
started.
only tournament.
A whole lot of brackets.
Whole lot of brackets.
Oh, and hello there.
Hello.
We'll go to a little bit of lighting the lamp, a little to the NHL. For the last time this season, these were the leaders of each division. Haven't changed. Atlantic, Toronto Maple Leafs, Metropolitan, Washington Capitals, Centrals, the Winnipeg Jets, Pacific, the Vegas Golden Knights. But we do have the playoffs set here. My Florida Panthers are taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's a Florida derby happening. But your guys' thoughts on this? What matchup are you most excited for, and any upsets you think?
I'm not excited for the Avalanche. My Stars deserve better than that. But I don't know. I mean, we got some good ones. I mean, obviously the Jets are going to wipe the freaking Blues off the face of the map so much that they're going to move from St. Louis. And St. Louis.
Every other sports organization has.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Like that, they're going to have no sports at all in the town, thanks to the gosh dang Jets from Winnebago. But I think the Knights and Wild. I think that'll be a good one. I'm excited. You mentioned it. I'm excited for the Florida showdown, but also the Canadians versus the Capitals. Just because we're having that in real life, and it's really cool to see it on ice. It's like Disney on ice kind of thing. Like you got to see the live action. Now we get to see it on ice, and it's going to be awesome.
And Josh?
Prez just barely missed it. Barely missed the playoffs.
Yeah, just barely. Just a smidgen.
I need Ottawa. I need Ottawa to beat Toronto so bad. I want this to happen. It won't, because I think Toronto will finally get their head out of their ass and finally get past the first round.
And what will you do if that actually happens?
I mean, this is the year of getting over the hump and beating your demons, right? So maybe the Cowboys can finally get to the playoffs, win a playoff game, and get an NFC championship. I don't know. But I need the Hurricanes to win just to beat the Capitals to give me hope that I might know puck. Because if they can get past the Capitals, we're cooking with grease. As far as my prediction of the Hurricanes winning it.
I don't see that happening.
That Thunder, that Lightning and Panthers that's the matchup.
There's going to be a riot in the streets afterwards, no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of who wins.
And did you see where one of the Bruins players came out and started talking shit about Marchand, even though it has nothing to do with this? I just thought I just wanted to mention that.
My favorite, there was one of the players was asked about Marchand's first goal, and he plays on Team Canada with him, and he's just like, I hated it. I hated him scoring. He's a rat. And then Marchand was just like, well, I've always hated him too. And you could tell, like, they're good friends. Right. But it was both of them just chirping each other.
Yeah. He's great. Marchand's a great locker room guy. On the ice, he could be a pest, but that's the whole point of his game. Can Connor McDavid? Now, again, the
Kings Oilers is going to be a good game too.
Yeah. Can Connor McDavid, because he's going to be as far as that was kind of the talk of, like, now that Roy's finally got over the hump. All right, let's look at all the other sports, and, like, who are you going to be pegging as, like, all right, they need to get over the hump. Connor McDavid.
Have a Canadian team win, though.
Yeah. I'm not saying there that he would. I'm just saying the narrative of Connor McDavid. Every year that he doesn't win just becomes more and more of, can he do it? I think the last football player was Peyton Manning to finally, like, he can't win the big one. But Connor McDavid is that guy of, like, can he win the big one? And it'd be crazy if Ovi wins it after in the same season that he broke Gretzky's record.
Yeah, that would be. So I'm assuming that you're going to root for the Hurricanes all the way through, because that was your very early prediction.
That was my preseason prediction. So
any other team that you're rooting hard for?
Anyone that plays the Maple Leafs. I want to. Hey, look, if Dallas can't make the NFC Championship, you cannot make any championship. You can't. Part of it. I always like to see the Dallas Stars do well, because that was my favorite. That was the team that I used in NHL '95 with Mike Modano. Still the greatest NHL game ever created. I don't care. Don't at me. It'd be crazy to see Florida go back to back, especially with them adding Marchand. I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on Florida now, because you added
back to back.
Yeah. I don't want to see the Knights win it. I feel like they're still too new. They don't deserve to win two cups in, like, 8 years. That's just of existing. I feel like you still need to be here for at least 10 years before you get 4 or something like that. So Hurricanes, number 1. Love to see Dallas make a deep run. Toronto Maple Leafs can suck it. And Florida scene, if they can win back-to-back, everyone else is whatever. It'd be hilarious, though, of all the people, if Winnipeg wins it, And then people are like, "Oh, a team called the Jets can be successful."
Mm-hmm. And Tvshka, you're going to be rooting for your Stars to go all the way through. Who would you, if they make it to the finals? Who do you want them to go against?
This fucking round? Are you kidding me?
Well, think big. Think big. Who are they meeting in the finals?
Yeah, it's the gosh dang Jets. I mean, we got to get past them. And then even after that, I mean, I really think the Knights could have a good run. But yeah, no, from the other side of the bracket itself, I think the Capitals. I think they got a good run at it. You know, there's a lot of heat in DC. And they're gonna use it. They're gonna leverage it. They're gonna win. They're big winners. They're the best hockey team around. I think they've got some momentum. But again, I mean, I think that as long as they can survive the Canadians, because I mean, Carolina and the Devils ain't shit. Let's be honest here. I want to see Stars and Capitals, but that is not my official bracket, so don't even try to put that on me.
No, I'm not.
That's just for the show.
All right, so my head, as far as not just heart, because I want the Hurricanes to win it.
What's your body saying? Body.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. When he's in jail, and I'm not going to go any further than that.
So you do see something wrong.
Yeah. I'm going to say my head thinks it's probably going to be the Avs. And as far as like the conference finals, I think it's going to be the Avs and the Knights, and the Panthers and the Capitals. After that, Knights, Caps, and Caps take it. As far as my head is thinking.
I'm going against my team, I see.
It's tough to win back-to-back. It took you forever to win it once. Maybe now that you got over the hump.
Hey, we might be in a dynasty. You never know.
I remember experiencing one of those in the early 90s. That was fun.
I mean, did you guys have a pretty good acquisition during the season? Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Marshy? Hey, you've got Bob. That's the thing. Is as long as you've got Bob, you always had a shot. Then you added Marshy, and it's
and we got one of the Bash brothers, Kachuk.
Yeah, you got a Kachuk, man. I mean,
bless you.
What American legends are the Kachuk brothers?
But yeah, I gotta go full on with my heart. Panthers win the second one. Let's who are they gonna play against?
Yeah, because you're talking about the conference ones, right? So you got to pick 4 people. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Panthers, Capitals,
which I didn't pick that top one. I picked Panthers as well. So I'm with you on that.
I'll go. You know what? Kings.
Ooh.
To be different. Kings and the gosh dang Jets.
Boo.
I just can't believe in a team that is called the Jets. There's too much heartbreak.
Also, what's weird is when Canada, you don't have a military.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Sorry, we're dropping these bombs on you. Sorry. Come on now.
The only jet you have is in your logo.
Yeah, they do have a jet in the logo. Also on the runways at the airports.
Yeah.
Maybe some turbines.
Well, we can't have a Canadian team win it because that's just hilarious. It's the same thing as Roy was the first European to win the Grand Slam in 2025. They invented the sport in Europe.
Not that 70% of the league is Canadian players, but
I'm talking about the team and where they're located. And they're talking about Canadians are good at inventing a sport. They're not good at running organizations. Is what
America is made on organizations that don't actually have Americans in it. Okay?
There you go. But Josh, where can the people find us?
People can find us the fact. Just now reminded me of the fact that the last Canadian that won a big sports league was the Toronto Raptors. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, basketball is the last time Canadian. It wasn't hockey. Basketball. And they can find us. I'm seeing I keep a high pitched voice. They can find myself and Justin and from. Yeah, I don't care. You can put that as a soundbite too. I don't care. I you don't pay me enough.
Don't pay you at all.
Exactly. Point. Anyway, you can find myself and Justin tomorrow night. We will do our WrestleMania preview, and we will be joined by Josh Kimmel from the Finstock Sports Network and No Holds Barred. He'll be joining us as well. We were trying to get Bobby on to do a kind of start a year tradition of us breaking down the WrestleMania card that we did last year, but unfortunately Bobby has other scheduling conflicts. We were able to get Josh, who's appeared on the show before and on this channel. So thank you for him joining us tomorrow as we break down. So it's another special edition of Ruckus Wrestling as we break down the WrestleMania 41 card leading into this weekend. Then next week we'll obviously have Rev Sports wrap it up as well. The first Friday in May, we will be going over Mickey 7, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mickey 7, which is the movie Mickey 17 is based on. The reason it's 17 is because Weissel.
Bong Joon-ho wanted to kill him 10 more times.
That's right. That's not a spoiler. Murderer. That's a prediction. Or that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. Sorry, I messed up. Yeah, murderer. Right. He's clones, dog. Anyway. That's what we've got going on. First of all, obviously, congratulations to whoever won the bracket, bitch. Oh, wait, that was me. I finally got it. I finally had to do that. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I'm not sorry. By saying I'm sorry, I'm not sorry.
Pie.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes I just want to get narcissistic. I don't care.
No, you earned it. Twice. You won both of them.
Twice. That's right.
Yep. Yeah, but guys, also, I don't want to stop talking about hockey because I also want to talk about how terrible the Pittsburgh Penguins are. In that Pat McAfee had the big night out, and everybody else threw a football and scored. This guy, for some reason, could not. Sorry. There we go. Now, had to stage, son of a bitch.
For Pittsburgh, Paul Skeens.
Rookie sensation. The only thing they have going for them. For $1 million to go to somebody in the crowd. You suck! You guys suck! Oh my God, are you kidding me?
The Pirates aren't very good anyway, so.
Yeah, Pirates, either. But
No, he's the starting pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, that was the Pirates. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Sidney Crosby was there.
Crosby was from, he made it.
Yeah.
Pirates, you fucking suck. Sell the team.
Yeah. No, but
it's between them, Tampa, and Miami for the least amount of attendance in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Good job. You guys did it.
But you know who is attending there when he pitches is Livy Dunn, because that's who he dates. So he's amazing. He's amazing. I can't deny that. He can't throw a football, but that's not what he gets paid to do. So.
Well, I'm ready for a moment of Zen. You guys ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Is it the walk-off video or is it my video? Which one is it?
Walking off.
Okay, because the moment of Zen is different.
Yeah, let's get weird first.
Well, we have nothing to get weird about.
They knew they were on TV, and come over here.
Yeah, they're kind of going Lady and the Tramp on the hot dog.
That's right. And then they find out that everybody's seen them on TV. Hey, we're blowing up.
Yeah,
I just went viral.
That went in a spiral.
Yeah.
All right, now let's do the walk-off. Josh, what you got, dog?
Paige buckets.
Get on my spot, boy. I'm mic'd up. Do I have to get up and hug you again? Look, he's got my favorite color in the suit.
Congrats, man.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Gonna hold this up real quick.
Where do they hold this at? A double tree?
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah! Yeah! Get on my spot, boy.
Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week.
WNBA, come on, you got to do better. You got to do better. That was weak as shit. You guys are at nothing. Be better at the draft.
No, can't wait for Paige versus Caitlin again.
Oh my god!
But this
so
time in the WNBA.
So good, man. I'm excited for the season, but man, that draft. Come on, man. Those black curtains.